Well, alright, people, so I'm here with two Raw reviews. Sorry I'm kind of late on these, but, I've had some more important things to do, like work or school. I got my priorities in check, and WWE is very low on my priorities in life. So, but I hunkered down and I watched about 5 hours of Raw yesterday, which was Sunday. So, and oh boy, was that torture. I mean, that was just, I didn't think I would make it through. I was up to like 3 in the morning watching Raw so I could get my reviews up today. So, let's just get into the reviews here. This is from 2 weeks ago. Cena defeats Jason Jordan. I thought it could have been a little bit longer. It was only 8 minutes and 45 seconds long. Even though Roman Reigns claimed this was over 20 minutes long, it was nowhere near 20 minutes, you fucking dumb fuck. I mean, so Roman Reigns then comes out in the next segment and says, yeah, that match lasted over 20 minutes, Cena. No, it didn't. It didn't even last 10 minutes, you dumbass. Well, I guess if you consider the commercial, it might have been a little bit over 10 minutes, but I don't consider the commercial part of it. But that just looks so dumb. Like, God. So the match was all right. I mean, it was okay at best. There was a lot of rest holds in it for like a 10-minute match. It picked up a little bit at the end there, but I still thought it was not a good match. I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. So yeah, then we get Reigns and Cena cutting a promo. They've been really doing a good job building up this feud here with the promos. This is about what I'm talking about. When you have a marquee matchup like this, or a big match, or your main event, or your co-main event, you got to build it up. You got to give it more than 5 or 10 minute segments to build up the match. And they've been doing a great job, I got to say. And even Roman Reigns has been doing a better job than usual on the mic, cutting promos. I know it's pretty much impossible to get worse from rock bottom, because that's where Roman Reigns' promo skills are at right now. But nonetheless, he has been improving a little bit. Now, mostly Cena has been cutting the good promos, but Reigns has not been doing bad. I gotta say that. So, Cena cuts a good promo again, but then Reigns is like, hey, let's just fight. And then Cena just leaves. Like, what? Like, why would you do that? They've really been making Cena look weak in this, because he pussies out of a fight, and then the next week he loses to Braun Strowman. Like, why the fuck would you do that? Like, okay, have the Braun Strowman Cena match, have it another time, but don't fucking have it right before Cena's big matchup with Roman Reigns and make him look like a fucking idiot. Make him look like a loser. Stupid. Doesn't make any sense. So it was a good promo, but it could have been longer too. I mean, the match could have been longer, the promo could have been longer. It's like they just have a tendency in this company to make everything short. So then we get Cesaro and Sheamus defeating Slater and Rhino. Just a fucking jobber match here. Pointless, 0 out of 5 stars. Then we have Miz defeating Jeff Hardy in an alright title match here for the IC belt. It was, like I said, it was okay. I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars. It was 10 minutes and 10.5 minutes long about, so it was an alright match. And then we got a Cruiserweight 6-man tag here. Just boring and pointless. They do this all the time with the Cruiserweight division. They just take 3 random heels and then 3 random baby faces and put them in a pointless tag match, which has no bearing on any feuds or matches in the future, title matches. They just throw 6 guys together in a 5-minute fucking match. Just terrible, boring. Then we got Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor cutting a promo. Not that good of a promo here. I mean, pretty confused. Bray Wyatt talks about how he's been hunting with Sister Abigail, and he fucking, used to kill the animals with a fucking bow, but now he's killing them with his hands or some bullshit like that. I don't give a shit. God, it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Killing animals with your bare hands? What the fuck does that got to do with your fucking promo? And then they're like, oh, we're going to have a man versus man match at the next pay-per-view. Finn Balor's not allowed to bring out his devil side. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? Am I actually supposed to sit up there and watch the match and think, oh, Finn Balor's at a disadvantage because he's not allowed to be a demon or some bullshit? I mean, he's fucking delusional if he thinks that. He belongs in a mental institution if he thinks he has this, whole demon persona or whatever the fuck, and that gives him an advantage or some shit. Like, it's just very, like, confusing. Like, on one end, he's like this normal guy, and then on the other end, he's this crazy psycho that belongs in a mental asylum with Dean Ambrose. It's just, you know, like with Bray Wyatt, he's always crazy. Like, you can't just go back and forth. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. So that promo just sucked. And then we got, what do we got? Emma and Nia Jax defeat Sasha and Alexa. So now the match is a fatal 4-way at the next pay-per-view. It was a basic fucking match, nothing special. I gave it 0.75 out of 5 stars. Typical Divas match here. Then we have Rollins and Ambrose defeating Gallows and Anderson. Another typical boring tag match. I gave it a half star out of 5. Then we get the main event. Strowman defeats Big Show inside of a steel cage. This was a very good match here. I mean, you got to give it to these two, you know. Not usually a fan of Big Show, but I mean, when you got Big Show fucking like climbing the steel cage, you know, on top of it, I mean, that's pretty impressive right there. Like a 400-pound man. And then he just like falls all the way down. I mean, that's pretty fucking impressive. You're taking a lot of risks there. And he's like jumping off the top rope. I mean, something Roman Reigns doesn't even do. I mean, it's pretty impressive. So that was a cool match there. And then to put the cherry on top, after the match, Big Show goes through the fucking steel cage. Very cool visual there. Very impressive match. So that was cool. I'm going to give it 3.75 out of 5 stars. Just a very good match there. I was very much impressed. So that was a good main event. But other than that, I mean, you had a good Reigns and Cena promo. But so you had 2 good things on the show. So then the next Raw here, we have Reigns instead of Cena defeating Jason Jordan. It was a long and boring match. Holy shit. I mean, this just proves Roman Reigns is a shitty fucking wrestler. I mean, just so many typical fucking moves. Nothing cool, nothing unique, nothing out of the ordinary. I gave it a half star out of 5. Just slow and boring. So then we have another Reigns and Cena promo. This was another good promo here. Again, this is how you build up to a pay-per-view match. Not boring fucking 5-minute promos, not 1-minute brawls. Good fucking promos here. I gotta give it to these, you know, two again. Especially Cena. He can cut a good promo when he's motherfucking serious. Not when he's acting like a 9-year-old. Not when he's acting like my sister, who's in fucking 6th grade. When he's acting like a fucking adult and actually cutting real fucking promos saying, hey, Reigns, you don't fucking deserve to be where you're at, then it's a good fucking promo. You gotta give it to Cena. He's got talent when he wants to be good. And like I said, Reigns too has stepped up his promo to another notch. He's not at rock bottom. He's like a step above that or 2 steps above that. So you got to give Reigns. I'm not one of these people who's going to come on here and bash everything that Reigns does because I hate him. When he does something good, I'll give him credit. And he's not fucking shitting the bed on these promos with Cena. Now Cena's taking, you know, most of the credit, but you got to give Reigns some credit here. He's not shitting the bed like he usually does. Then we have Heyman cutting a promo. It was just a short fucking boring promo, like 5 minutes long. This is what I'm talking about. You can't do 5-minute promos in your fucking title match. So then Strowman comes out and we get a feud or a brawl. It was pretty fucking basic. I mean, you got Strowman slamming Lesnar. It was alright, I guess, but I mean, just pretty basic, nothing out of the ordinary or unique. Then we have Wyatt defeating Goldust. Just a terrible match. 0 out of 5 stars. Waste of time. Then we get a 1-minute brawl between Cesaro and Sheamus, Gallows and Anderson, and Ambrose and Rollins on the ramp. Just really fucking confusing, and don't get what this is about. Didn't do anything for the feud or the promo, or didn't do anything for the feud that these men are in, or. I mean, it wasn't anything cool. It was just fucking 1 minute of brawls. Then we have Elias Samson defeating Kalisto. Just a jobber fucking match. 0 out of 5 stars. Just a pointless fucking match. Then we have Braun and Cena ending in disqualification. It was an alright match here. Like I was saying earlier, I don't get burying Cena a fucking week, 2 weeks before his big match. It just doesn't make any sense. So that was cool when Strowman slammed him onto the steps. I don't get why he first hit him with the steps and they didn't disqualify him, and then he slammed him on the steps and then they DQ'd him. Like, why didn't they DQ him at first? But that was a cool visual there, him slamming Cena on the steps. But nonetheless, it was slow developing. Very slow match at the beginning. It picked up at the end there with the steel stairs or the steel steps, whatever the fuck. But so I mean, it was okay, but it could have been better, I thought. Then we have Enzo and Miz cutting a promo. I thought this was a good back and forth. The Miz has really been hitting it on the promos lately. He cut a good promo with Reigns. I believe it was Reigns and Cena a couple weeks ago. And he cut a very good one on Enzo here. It's like, it seems like real life, him saying that, talking about Enzo and how nobody likes him or whatever the fuck. And then Enzo actually hit back, You figure Miz just fucking buried Enzo. So Enzo's got nothing good to say, but Enzo had an okay return there, saying how Miz steals everything from everybody. Steals everybody's moves or whatever the fuck. So I thought this was a good promo. I really enjoyed Miz's especially. And then Enzo and Miz then have a match, which I thought was I liked the match because they're like talking to each other in the mic during it. And then Enzo says, he's questioning who's the father of Miz's new child, which I thought was a very good moment there. Again, it's edgy, it's controversial, something you don't usually see in the PG era. So I enjoyed that fucking, the match and the promo there. So that was a good job there. Again, edgy, controversial. I like that shit. I just don't like when somebody comes out and says, oh, you suck. Yeah, I'm going to kick your ass. Blah, 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 blah. The typical fucking promos. This was good. It was edgy, it was creative, it was unique. Then we have the 6-man tag, or the 8-man tag match at the end. Oh, it's 8-man. That means it's 8 times better than a singles match. I mean, I hate when they do this. Sometimes they'll go, oh, it's a 16-man tag match, guys. That means it's so fucking good because there's 16 men in it. No, when it's 8 men, it's just like a giant clusterfuck. And you're just throwing 8 men together. It's not that creative. It's just a fucking typical 8-man tag match, and it sucked. These matches always fucking suck. So it was the Hardy Boys. The Ambrose and Rollins are like, Angle's like, you got to get 2 mystery partners. And usually when they do that, it's like a returning group or some shit, or it's like a surprise. But no, it's the Hardy Boys. How fucking typical and generic was that choice? So the Hardy Boys and Ambrose and Rollins defeat Cesaro and Sheamus and Gallows and Anderson. Just a fucking, again, typical 8-man tag match. So my phone ran out of storage, but just to recap, just to finish up, yeah, terrible fucking match to end the show. I gave it 0 out of 5 stars, so that was just not good. Typical 8-man tag, that sucked. So there you go, there's your 2 Raw reviews for the past 2 weeks. I'm sorry I'm late, but I'm trying to keep up here. I got, school and work. It's just a lot of shit. So I'll try my best to keep up, but don't expect me to get my Raw reviews up on Monday night, because I do have classes on Monday night, so expect Tuesday or later. So there you go, there's your Raw review.